Okay, let's look at the homework 2.7-2.8, number 4. Right, so we're going to use the implicit differentiation to find the slope. All right, let's do that. All right, so we have an equation here, so we're going to go ahead and take the derivative directly from that equation. So you have, since we're looking for the slope, we're going to have to take the derivative with respect to x, right? Right, to take the derivative of the left-hand side, we're going to use general power rule. So put 3 in front, keep the same quantity, 4x plus 4y, right? Subtract 1 from the power, so that's going to be squared, right? Then multiply by the derivative inside, so that's going to be derivative of 4x is just 4. Derivative of 4y is just 4 dy over dx. Right? So that's the derivative of the left-hand side. Right? Derivative of the right-hand side. Looks like 64 is in common. So I'm going to just pull it out and put it outside. So 64. Right? Then think about the derivative of x cubed. So that's going to be 3x squared. Right? The derivative of y cubed would be 3y squared times dy over dx. All right, then since we're looking for the slope, we could solve for dy over dx, but I think it's easier to plug in these values. So x value is -1 and y value is +1. So let's plug them in. Right? So luckily you can see that if you plug in a -1 here and a +1 here, this guy is going to be actually 0, right? Because -4 plus 4. So it's going to be 0. So the entire left-hand side is going to be 0. So I'm going to just go ahead and write that. Right? So 0 times anything is we don't really care what happens here. It's going to be 0. All right? Then you have 64 right there. Right? Then 3 and plug in x equals -1. So -1 squared would be +1 times 3. So it's going to be just 3. Right? And y is 1. So 3y squared would be just 3. And dy over dx. All right. Then we can just, 64 can be eliminated by dividing both sides by 64. So that's going to be 0 is equal to 3 plus 3 dy over dx. All right, actually you can divide through by 3 as well. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. So 0 divided by 3 is still 0. 3 divided by 3 is 1. And 3 dy over dx by 3 is dy over dx. All right. Then we can just subtract 1 from both sides, which gives you -1 is equal to dy over dx. All right. So let's type that in. All right, so answer is -1. All right, let's check the answer. Okay, it came back as correct. All right, that's it. I hope that this was clear.